Fan collectors, I'm going to do a video of my Hunter Passport series from February 2000, and this was sold exclusively at Home Depot all throughout the 90s, and I like to call this model the Passport 2.5 because number one, though it looks like the ever popular model of the 1990s with the filigree sideband, there you can see the Hunter logo. Fans look slightly different, a little wider. They're more capsule shaped than the teardrop shape that they had for the longest time, but notice how the motor is skeletal. There are those grooves in it. It's not flat. That's because it uses the Hunter AirMax motor that they used in a lot of the in the Passport 3, its successor, which I still have. I'd like to put it back up. And it was one of their post-2000s fans that I actually did like. Sold Home Depot. And when I had the white and polished brass one over there, Casablanca Zephyr hangs there now, but my display looked pretty much like Home Depot of the 90s with those Hunters saved for the Casablanca Lady Delta hanging to the right of me. Some of you have seen it before, but I'm not going to go out of my way to show it in this video. But anyway, let's have a look at the blades. Other side is walnut, but the oak is showing. Here's the good shot of the blade here. And notice that the pointed tip is a little bit more rounded off than its predecessor. That's one thing I noticed. I mean, the blades are a little bit warped. I mean, one of the blades was a little bit out of clock, but I bent it back and it runs okay. I mean, it runs fine. I mean, there's no wobble issue that is detectable. And one thing is the canopy. It's not that it doesn't employ that circular disc that not all the non-original Hunters of the 1990s used. It's the more rectangular shape that has like a little ledge on it where you just can hang the canopy and wire it. You just shove it, just push it back up and screw it in and you're done. Makes it a whole lot easier. I picked up a spare one at the Habitat recently. I'm going to put it on my probably my antique brass Summer Breeze because it's got the canopy and the I mean, it's just so much easier to use than the mounting hardware that the Hunters on the other side use. And we will turn on the light. Fan already came flush mounted, and it was traded to me by fellow fan collector Jonathan Finn, and I traded him one of my white and polished brass Hunter Infinities for this. Hope you enjoy the Infinity. I mean, it's got your name in it, no pun intended, but it puts out a good bit of light. And the bulb is it's 5 years old, but it hasn't burned out. It's one of those IKEA bulbs that I inherited from a friend of mine. There's a reverse switch right there, in case you were interested. Turn the light off. And now let's rev up the fan, first on low. Let's bump it up to medium. Summer is here, and that's why I decided to rev up the other fans in the background on the other circuit. I can feel a little, well, I can't really feel a breeze too much from here, but when I stand under it, it's putting out a decent breeze on medium. But let's increase that with high, shall we? Now is when it's really starting to crank out air, and I'm really starting to feel it. It's a good thing I chose this fan for this very spot. I guess it's pretty well poised. If it's a slight wobble, it's hardly noticeable. And now let's power it down, shall we? It's got a real powerful motor. I mean, and if I didn't mention, it was manufactured February of 2000, so, but still got that 90s style to it. It's in pretty good shape too. I'm probably gonna get new blades for it because there's this lighting store, kind of away, like an hour away from me in this rural town called Carrollton, Ohio, and I noticed that they had some Hunter pointed blades that would go to a Summer Breeze from the 90s. I think I'll pick it up. They're walnut oak. Might as well revamp this one. I have a set of spare Hunter blades and irons. They were square, but I might try to. I'm only going to use the pointed ones on this. Is like this breed of Hunter is the only one where I think I can accept the points on them, like this in the Mayfair and the Summer Breeze. All right. Fan has ceased operation, but here's a sneak preview of one of my videos coming up. This is a Casablanca Zephyr, and I'm not going to get into too much detail. That would kind of spoil it. I just hung this, and I took down the other Passport 2 point and polished brass when I decided that, it's probably better for summers. This thing cranks out more air though. No offense to you, Hunter Passport. Here's the Chesapeake and the Coastal Breeze. I'll do videos of them whenever I get time. I'll probably do the Coastal Breeze next, so there you have it. Hunter Passport 2.5, as I like to call it. This concludes our broadcast day. Thank you for watching. More to come.